What's going on, YouTube? I'm Choctopus checking in with another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video, and let's get the elephant out of the room right off the bat. A lot of people were upset with the last video that I posted ranking all Final Smashes in Smash Ultimate for the main reason that I did not do proper fact-checking or adequate research, and I do admit it, and I am sorry. I apologize for not having done the work that I should have. I'm capable of more than that. A lot of people were upset, and I promise that I am taking all the feedback and using it to improve my content in the future. So I want to thank everyone who left positive or negative feedback. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your views. And the next video, because I am going to do one to make it up to you, and that's going to be coming in the next week or so, because it's going to take me some time to do it. So I promise that is going to be better. But today, let's talk about something different. And not only are we going to talk about Smash Ultimate today, but we're going to talk about the series as a whole and the newcomers that have joined over time since the series' inception. And this is dating all the way back to 1999 when Super Smash Bros. Came out for the N64. And I remember seeing the commercial on television where you had Mario, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, and Pikachu just kind of frolicking in the flowers, and then you had Mario trip Yoshi, and then all hell broke loose in the first Battle Royale fighter that Nintendo dropped with all of their major mascots, and Super Smash Bros. Became a phenomenon. Now, this was the first game in the series, so you only had 12 characters, with 4 of them being unlockable, and the base roster consisted of Mario, DK, Kirby, Samus, Link, Yoshi, Fox, and Pikachu. Like I said, all huge first-party Nintendo mascots duking it out on the battlefield for the first time, with 4 unlockable characters being Luigi, Captain Falcon, Ness, and Jigglypuff. Moving on to 2001, and this was the shortest gap in between any two Super Smash Bros. Games that had come out. You had Super Smash Bros. Melee come out for the GameCube, which has, to this date, been probably one of the most popular Smash games to be released. It still has a very huge following, especially in the esports community. A lot of people still play Melee religiously, and this game more than doubled the roster with 26 characters, 13 of which being new characters, adding to the base roster characters like Bowser, Peach, Ice Climbers, and Zelda and Sheik, working as one character with a transformation. And then you had some unlockable characters being Dr. Mario, Falco, Young Link, Ganondorf, Pichu, Mewtwo, Mr. Game & Watch, Marth, and Roy. For the first time, also adding Fire Emblem characters to the roster, which have gone on to become fan favorites. Now, like I said, this more than doubled the roster, and it really upped the ante from the first game, at least until 2008, when Super Smash Bros. Brawl came out for the Wii. Now, some characters from Melee didn't make the cut, and they were actually taken off the roster when Brawl came out. So we lost characters like Mewtwo, Roy, Dr. Mario, Pichu, and Young Link, but replacing them, you had characters on the base roster consisting of Diddy Kong, Pit, Meta Knight, Charizard, Squirtle, Ivysaur acting as one character as the Pokemon trainer. You had Ike, King Dedede, Wario, Captain Olimar, Lucas, and Zero Suit Samus. Now, Zero Suit Samus was only accessible through holding, I think it was the Z trigger. When you selected Samus, you would then have to throw all of your armor pieces off the stage if you were playing with no items, or you can, if you were playing with items, you got Zero Suit Samus through using Samus's Final Smash. Now, on the unlockable newcomer roster, you had Lucario, you had Rob, you had Snake, you had Toon Link, and you had Wolf, and you had Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, this was a huge deal because now you had 2 very popular third-party characters joining the roster in the form of Snake from Metal Gear Solid and Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic the Hedgehog. The reason why this is big is for the first time, you can have Mario and Sonic on the battlefield, 2 characters that have been butting heads since the 16-bit era and have essentially been at war. So this was a huge move by Nintendo to bring Sonic on board, and working with Sega to do that. It also opened up the gates for speculation of additional third-party characters to join the roster in the future. Unfortunately, the Wii was incapable of DLC, at least in the form of new characters coming to Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It was not feasible. The Wii wasn't a very powerful system. You know, online was still relatively new at that point. I mean, you were able to play games online on the GameCube in a very limited capacity, but, you know, 2008 is where online really took off, or maybe a little bit before that with the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 also coming out. But moving forward to 2012, when Smash 4 came out for the Wii U and the 3DS, but for the sake of arguments, we're going to talk solely about the Wii U version because there's not that many differences. I think the only roster difference being that Bowser Jr. has to be unlocked on the 3DS, whereas he's on the base roster for the Wii U, along with characters like Rosalina, Little Mac, being the first character from the Punch-Out series to join, Palutena, Robin, Greninja, Villager from Animal Crossing, Wii Fit Trainer, who I considered to be the WTF character here, Shulk, Mii Swordsman, Mii Brawler, Mii Gunner, that's right, you could play as your Miis for the first time, and then two characters that I wanted to single out because I feel like they upped the ante even further, because now, from the third-party universe, you had Pac-Man and Mega Man joining the roster. So, this was only a wet dream that you could have thought up, or a fake leak that could have been created on GameFAQs, you know, when Super Smash Bros. Melee was out, you know, showing on the battlefield Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man. These are gaming icons with somewhere close to 25 or 30 years of history at this point, and really upping the ante for the Smash Bros. Roster for the next entries in the series. Unfortunately, we did have characters from Brawl that were cut from Smash 4. We did lose Wolf, Ice Climbers, because I just don't think they were able to implement Ice Climbers with the 3DS. You lost Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Snake. Now, that was a huge hit, but on the unlockable newcomers roster, you had a couple more characters in Lucina, Dark Pit, and Duck Hunt. Another character that I considered to be the WTF character, because you had Duck Hunt coming all the way back from the NES. Not to mention they brought back some characters from Melee for the first time. You had Dr. Mario coming back, and in the form of DLC, because this was the first Smash game to have proper DLC and extra fighters that came out after launch. You had Mewtwo coming back, you had Roy, and you had Lucas. Now, on top of that, you had Corrin, and then you had 3 additional huge third-party characters that I consider to be some of the best newcomers to the franchise since Sonic the Hedgehog. Because you had Ryu joining from Street Fighter, you had Bayonetta joining, and you had freaking Cloud Strife. You know, at this point, people were freaking out because these were huge acquisitions for Nintendo. Now, let's move forward to Smash Ultimate. We just had the full roster, or at least the full base roster revealed, and it has been confirmed that we are getting 5 DLC characters. And I'm going to say at least 5 DLC because Nintendo is committing to 5 characters, but who knows, maybe after they come out for the following year, they could release more characters. But for the sake of argument, we're going to say that there are a total of 77 characters in the game. That's including any Echo Fighters, that's including the Pokemon characters as their own. It's also including Piranha Plant. We have 12 newcomers joining the series, and then 5 newcomers coming as DLC. Now, what I really like about the roster is they're going back to their roots, and you're only able to use the original Super Smash Bros. From N64 roster as your starting roster. So you only have Mario, DK, Kirby, Samus, Link, Yoshi, Fox, and Pikachu. Everyone else you need to unlock. And some newcomers that you are able to unlock include Dark Samus, Daisy, Chrom, Ken, Inkling, Ridley, Simon, Richter, King K. Rool, Isabelle, Incineroar, and then Piranha Plant coming as the first DLC character. Now, in addition to that, you have every character that has been cut from the series coming back. You have Wolf, you have Squirtle, you have Ivysaur, Snake is back, Young Link is back, Pichu, and Ice Climbers. We have Smash Ultimate coming out in, I want to say, about 3 weeks or so. So we're going to judge this roster and the newcomers for Smash Ultimate at this point in time. You know, this is something that could definitely change once we know what the 5 DLC characters are, because for all we know, they could be some huge characters like Sora or Geno or Banjo-Kazooie that could come in and shake up everything. But for the sake of argument, we're going to talk about the roster as is, and I wanted to kind of come to a conclusion and talk about which game, in my opinion, and I'm going to say in my opinion because I know people might be upset over this, had the best newcomers or the best batch of newcomers to the franchise. Now, Super Smash Bros. For the N64, everyone was technically a newcomer, and they were all really good newcomers because they were all first-party mascots. Then you had Melee, who stepped it up and added a lot more first-party characters, but it wasn't really until Brawl that things changed when they added characters like Sonic and Snake. And in my opinion, Brawl is probably one of the contenders for best newcomers to date. Smash 4, on the other hand, you know, did add characters like Mega Man, Pac-Man, Ryu, Bayonetta, and Cloud. But Smash Ultimate is coming in strong with characters like Ken, Inkling, Ridley, Simon, Richter, King K. Rool, Isabelle, Incineroar, and Piranha Plant. Obviously, we're not talking about returning characters, so while every character is returning to Smash Ultimate, I'm only counting the characters that are coming in as new. And that goes for previous entries in the franchise as well. I'm not counting Dr. Mario, Mewtwo, Roy, and Lucas for Smash 4. We're only talking about new characters that are appearing for the first time in the series. Now, while there are a lot of highly requested characters that finally made the cut in Smash Ultimate, I do think that the best newcomers comes down to Smash 4 and Super Smash Bros. Brawl, because they added huge names like Sonic and Snake in Brawl, and then from there they added even more huge names with Mega Man, Pac-Man, Cloud, Bayonetta, and Ryu. Now, in my opinion, even though Smash 4 was on one of the weakest selling Nintendo consoles of all time, they came in hot with their roster by adding so many heavy hitters, not only as characters on the base roster, but coming in for the first time with characters as DLC. Now, I agree that this could change depending on what the characters that are coming to Smash Ultimate are as DLC, but as of now, as it stands on November 17th, 2018, when I'm recording this video, I think Smash 4 has had the best newcomers to the roster since. Now, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Obviously, this is up for discussion. Hopefully, this is another harmless video that doesn't backfire in my face like the last one did. You know, let me know what you think. Who is your favorite newcomer to ever be introduced to the Smash franchise? And which game do you think had the strongest batch of newcomers since 1999 when the first game came out? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. That's all we got for this video. Look forward to more Smash content coming. Also going to be dabbling with some Pokemon Let's Go because that game just came out today and I've been having a ton of fun with it. So make sure you hit me up on social media. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, there's more Smash content on the way. Also, we're going to be streaming it when it comes out. I'm really hyped for this game, and it doesn't feel like it, but it's really only 3 weeks until the game comes out. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.